Today I'm going to tell you a story about how I overcame my flying anxiety with law of attraction and manifestation. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Anna Rebecca and I'm here with the intention to help you live the life of your dreams by breaking through your limiting doubts, beliefs, and fears in order to own your power and manifest a life that you love living every single day. Together we conquer this mindset mastery by exploring things like law of attraction, manifestation, travel, lifestyle, and wellness. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And let's get right into the video. So to give you a little background, I wasn't always scared of flying, but for some reason, I think it was like the older that I got, I would just get nervous on flights sometimes. Like, I don't know what it was. It's like the turbulence or something. I would just be ruminating in my head with all of these thoughts of things that were very likely not going to ever happen. It would put me in this state of panic and fear every time that I would get on a plane. So I came up with ways that helped me to overcome the fear and everything. Like, I really love using noise canceling headphones. I learned a lot of really great breathing techniques through yoga. I have a playlist on my Spotify that's just all meditative music, nice soothing tones and sounds and songs and things like that puts me in a really good headspace. But something happened recently that helped me to realize I could actually manifest a state of mind in which I didn't have to be scared or fearful of flying, and put myself in the mindset that I wasn't scared of it. I didn't have the fear for it anymore. And it actually helped me to overcome what would have in the past been a panic attack. To give you more background on that, like, yes, I have had panic attacks on flights because of my fear. There was one time when I was coming back to New York after Thanksgiving and visiting my family, and the turbulence coming into LaGuardia Airport was so bad that it made me so nervous and put me into an instant anxiety attack. Like, I had my headphones, I had the music, I had everything, and none of it worked. I just was a complete mess. The poor woman sitting next to me, she was like holding my hand. I didn't even know her. She was a complete stranger. She's holding my hand. She's like rubbing my back, everything. I couldn't stop. I had just completely spiraled out of control in my mind with all of this fear and anxiety, and it wasn't stopping. It did finally stop when we successfully landed, but man, it was so rough. Fast forward a couple of years to Thanksgiving 2019, and I was on that same flight coming back to New York after Thanksgiving. But the difference was this time I had a completely different mindset. I had started deliberately using the law of attraction and manifestation to my favor in my life, and the same turbulence hit. However, I forgot to charge my noise canceling headphones, so my headphones were dead, so I wasn't able to play my music. All I had was myself and my thoughts and my breathing techniques. The turbulence started, and immediately I put myself into this mental state where I was the version of myself who was able to effortlessly handle anything that came my way. I just sat there in my seat. I focused on my breathing. I kept reminding myself and drowning myself in affirmations and thoughts saying, this is gonna pass, this is only temporary, and I just kept visualizing the plane smoothing out and being fine and being okay, and just picturing myself in my seat and knowing that the plane was gonna smooth out and it was gonna be fine. Almost like how I explained in a previous video about the waves of the ocean, knowing that they're just ebbing and flowing and just in and out and everything, and just calmly remembered that everything was going to be okay. Everything was going to be okay. And also releasing that control that I thought, like, I'm not in control. I'm not flying the plane. I'm not in control of the wind that causes the turbulence. So releasing that control and just realizing the only thing I'm in control of is myself. And so knowing that if I can only control myself, it's everything that's up in here. So breathe, focus, and be the version of myself who is okay and knows that it's okay, and live in the end of us being through the turbulence and us landing safely. So I just continued to do that, and immediately it just took away any kind of resistance or fear that I had that would have previously given me an anxiety attack, put me into that panic and fear, and put me in this state of flow and this ease and this grace. And the funny thing was the turbulence quickly ended. Like the pilot had come on being like, it's gonna be turbulent for the next 30 minutes or something. It wasn't. It was literally like 2 minutes. It was so quick. It passed so easily and effortlessly. But I had just put myself into this state and this version of myself that knowing that everything was going to be fine and it was happening for me. And it was so funny because I sat there after the turbulence had passed and I realized, oh my gosh, this is the same exact flight that I took just a couple years ago, that I had an anxiety attack, that the turbulence was happening and that it caused me to be in such a state before. But now, today, through doing this, I didn't have my headphones. I wasn't doing anything. It was all me and all in my head, that it allowed me to create this sense of ease, release that resistance and release that control, and know that everything was going to be okay, and put me into that flow state. And it was just like, oh my God, like I did this. I put myself at this ease. I put myself in this, and it allowed me to control those emotions. So for me, that was such a big realization, and seeing how in the past I had let my thoughts and my fears and all of these things that were going in my head dictate how I was going to be feeling in the present moment, which caused this anxiety and panic and everything and put me into this awful state. So you're not gonna catch me on a flight anymore feeling those anxious thoughts, feeling those fears or anything. It's just releasing that control and releasing any resistance. And that is such an important part of manifesting and law of attraction. It's getting into that flow state, getting into that alignment, getting into that version of yourself that everything is happening effortlessly and easily. So I wanted to tell this story today in hopes that, number one, anyone out there who does have any kind of flying anxiety or any kind of travel anxiety, just remember to slow down, breathe, tell yourself the truth, see what's really happening, put yourself in that mindset of everything's okay, everything's working out, everything's gonna be fine, this is happening for me, not to me, and just knowing that everything is gonna be okay. And knowing you don't even have to worry about that, because everything is happening best case scenario. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. Release all of that control and resistance, because once you do, that is when you're able to have these instant manifestations. That's when you're able to have law of attraction successfully come into your life. So release the resistance. Know that everything is fine. Get into that flow state, and everything is going to work out for you. So that was really the second point, is just realizing that once you are in that state, once you are in that resistance-free flow, that's when everything can really start to happen and happen fast for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please feel free to like, comment below, or share it with somebody else. Maybe somebody else in your life has a fear of flying or something that they might find this useful. If you want more tips on how you can get into flow state and get into alignment with yourself, there's a link down below that there's a free download that you can access that will give you 30 days of self-care so that you can get into alignment with your higher self and be able to manifest anything that you want. It helped me to be able to get into alignment with myself, be able to manifest everything that I want, and just completely shift my reality into one that I really love living every single day. So thank you again so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and go out there and create a life that you love living every single day.